Hi guys, this is O-Level Chemistry, paper 11, November 2017, question 21. Which change always occurs when a metal atom is oxidized? So when a metal atom is oxidized, it is converted into a positively charged ion and it loses electrons. So it becomes positively charged. Yes. It combines with oxygen. Not necessary. It gains an electron. Never. It gains a proton. Never. So the correct option for this question is option A. Question 22. Which statement is correct? Ammonia is produced when ammonium salt is bound with dilute acid. No, ammonium salt itself is acidic in nature. So ammonia would be produced when the ammonium salt is warmed with dilute base. Amphoteric oxides are oxides of certain metals. Yes, amphoteric oxides do contain certain metals like Al2O3, which is amphoteric, zinc oxide, which is amphoteric, containing metals, aluminum, and zinc respectively. A neutral solution does not contain hydroxide ions. A neutral solution is a solution in which the concentration of H positive and OH negative ions are equal. So it does contain hydroxide ions. Soil with a high pH can be neutralized by adding lime. High pH means a basic pH. Lime, which is calcium hydroxide, is also basic in nature. So it cannot be neutralized by adding a base to the basic soil. Therefore, option B is the correct option for this question. Question 23. Which reagent can be used to react with dilute hydrochloric acid to prepare silver chloride? So we need to prepare silver chloride. Silver chloride is an insoluble salt. So we need a soluble salt of silver reacting with hydrochloric acid. So aqueous silver nitrate, yes, silver nitrate is a soluble salt. We will have AgNO3 reacting with HCl, producing AgCl, which is silver chloride, and HNO3, which is nitric acid. Solid silver will not react with hydrochloric acid because silver is less reactive than hydrogen, so it will not displace hydrogen from hydrogen chloride. Solid silver carbonate. Silver carbonate is an insoluble salt, so it will not react with hydrochloric acid. And solid silver oxide, again insoluble, so will not react. So this is not the way of producing an insoluble salt using insoluble reactants, as in the case with C and D. Silver carbonate and silver oxide are both insoluble salts. So the only soluble salt out of the given options is silver nitrate, making option A the correct option for this question. Question 24. The table shows some symbols and their meanings. A forward arrow means reaction goes to completion. A reverse arrow means reaction is reversible. Cat represents catalyst is required for the reaction, and cat crossed out represents no catalyst is required for the reaction. Which symbol should be used in the equation for the Haber's process? So Haber's process is N2 gas plus 3H2 gas, reversible arrow, and the catalyst is Fe or Fe 2O3, and this produces 2NH3 gas. So we have presence of a catalyst and the reaction is reversible. So both of these symbols are present in option C, making C the correct option for this question. Question 25. Nitrogenous fertilizers can cause eutrophication to occur in rivers. Eutrophication involves the 5 stages listed. The fertilizer is washed into the river, oxygen level become depleted in the river, plants die, plants begin to decay, and plants in the river grow at an increased rate. Okay, so these all points are mixed. In which order do the five stages occur during eutrophication? So the first thing is fertilizer is washed into the river. So point number one is the first point. Then we have plants in the river grow at an increased rate. So we have option C and D having point number 5 as the second option. So A and B have been eliminated. And then after the plants grow, they die because oxygen levels are less. So 3 is the third point in the process of eutrophication. So this eliminates option C. Then plants will begin to decay when they die, making point number 4 the fourth point. And then oxygen levels become depleted in the water because all the oxygen is used up by the plants when they were alive, and of course when they die it is used up by the bacteria to decay the plants. So option 2, or the point number 2, is the last point in the process of eutrophication, making option D the correct option for this question. Question 26. Three suggested uses of sulfuric acid are listed. As battery acid, yes, it is used in car batteries. To make ammonia from ammonium salts, no, ammonium salts themselves are acidic in nature. Ammonia will be produced if ammonium salts react with the base. To make fertilizers, yes. In order to make fertilizers like ammonium sulfate, sulfuric acid can be made to react with ammonia. So points number 1 and 3 are correct, making option C the correct option for this question. Question 27. The total number of electrons in one atom of element Q is 17 and in one atom of element R is 19. Which statement about Q and R is correct? So the proton number of Q is 17 and the proton number of R is 19. Q and R react together to form a covalent compound? No, because Q having 17 as the proton number is present in group 7, and R having a proton number of 19 is present in group 1. R is potassium and Q is chlorine. So potassium chloride is a ionic compound, not a covalent compound. Q forms positive ions. Q is chlorine, it will form negative ions. R has more outer shell electrons than Q. R has only one outer shell electron, whereas Q has 7 outer shell electrons. R is more metallic than Q. R is potassium. It is a metal. Q is chlorine. It is a non-metal. So R is more metallic than Q. Yes. Also, R is present in group 1. Q is present in group 7. The metallic character decreases along the periodic table as you go from left to right. So this makes option D the correct option for this question. Question 28. Which row shows the correct catalyst for each industrial process? Manufacture of sulfuric acid requires vanadium 5 oxide, eliminating options A and B. Manufacture of ammonia requires iron, eliminating option D. And manufacture of margarine requires nickel. All three catalysts are correct in option C, making C the correct option for this question. Question 29. Which metal is attached to underground pipes made of iron to provide sacrificial protection from corrosion? Okay. In order to provide sacrificial protection, the metal that must be attached must be more reactive than iron. So we have option silver. Silver is less reactive than iron. We have copper. Copper is less reactive than iron. We have magnesium. Magnesium is more reactive than iron. We have lead. Lead is less reactive than iron. So this makes option C the correct option for this question. Question 30. The diagram shows a circuit used to test the electrical conductivity of strips of solid materials. If the material conducts, the bulb lights. Strips of brass, nylon, and zinc are each tested separately by connecting them into the circuit. For which strips does the bulb light? Brass is an alloy of copper and zinc, so it is metallic. Nylon is a non-metal. Zinc is a metal. So for which strips does the bulb light? Brass, nylon, and zinc. It will not light up for nylon. Brass and nylon will not light up with nylon. Nylon and zinc will not light up with nylon. Zinc and brass only, yes. Therefore, the correct option for this question is option D.